Dedicate this video to a new friend I have met online, name of Eva. So Eva, this goes out to you. We're going to study these orbs because you see them as well. Only Eva sees them with the naked eye, like what I get in pictures. So we're studying this together. And this is one of our studying groups I'm going to start. If she will comment on this video, that would be real nice, Eva, for you to put any comments on this as far as what you see. Now, when I first filmed the light, it comes out, and all of these videos are going to show how it looks when it first comes out of the light source. And mind you, I move my camera, and that's what makes the light look like it does. Because if I didn't move my camera, it wouldn't do all these actions. So we're part of the equation. What we're seeing is dependent on us as well, how we look and how we move our camera about. Because I can take that light that came out and turn my camera back toward the light, and it'll go right back into that light source. I've shown that in some videos. So I'm going to show you a succession of how this little orb moves when it first comes out of the light, and how it does this little action of being three parts to itself. And it goes back and forth from one side to the other, as you see it doing here and here. It sometimes ribbons out pretty long. Now, it will make a third orb between the two that it's going back and forth from, and you'll be seeing that here pretty soon. See, it goes and gets big on one side, but if I move the camera, I could make it go back into that one on the right. And sometimes it already has little X-looking things in it. These little things that look like X's in there are what I've discovered have turned into what I call the curved line balls. And I see them with the naked eye sometime when I look at the glass that I'm using to get the shine off of. If I put saliva on there, I can see a lot of little X's. So it's something maybe in the water, in the moisture of the saliva, and those little X's just fill it up. I can see it even with the naked eye. And see, there's another little X. When that little X matures or evolves, whatever you want to call it, it turns into the curved line balls, which I will make another video showing you all the curved line balls, because that is a really exciting part. But this is just going to be one that shows you all the ways the light looks as it comes out. Now see, the light source is on the bottom there, and that is an orb that is moving, I guess. It leaves a little luminous trail. And sometimes you see the orb, and part of it is completely on its side, and it looks like a streak like that. But if I saw that from a different direction, it probably would be shaped a little different. See, I'm just going to show you how it curls at one end. It curls at both ends, actually. Sometimes it can curl into a scroll, what looks like a scroll. Now, it also can get real colorful. It often gets colorful when it makes a big circular round orb. But it can be colorful even in this stage. And see how that one's still doing the little back and forth of the orb. And yet it's full of color. And you see, these are getting color in them too. Sometimes it can look like that. The light source in this case is over to the right. And see how it is in the middle there, how it's going to go down and make another. And see how it has done it in this one and this one. And it starts getting color in it. I think the color is indicative of what is in empty space. which would mean that we're surrounded by all these colorful patterns that we don't even see. But yet the camera sees them here. And then these little orbs move around, and sometimes they'll do this entering into a part of their own self or another self. But they remind me of that Ouroboros. And see, when that one comes out of the light, it's kind of teardrop shaped. And sometimes they already have little unusual things in them, like that one. And here's some that are doing that back and forth between two different orbs. The one in the middle goes to the right, to the left, and then sometimes it just stays in the middle. All dependent on how I move my camera toward the light or away from the light. Now this one is unusual. It's showing that the light has created a lot of violet color, and that violet color has pixelation in it, which is very interesting to me because I was listening to something about how we live in a simulated reality that, and the way that we could know is to look at something real close up, and if it is pixelated, then it's computer generated. Well, this is very pixelated. And violet is one of the more evolved of the colors, with the highest frequency, I think. A lot of times when the light comes out, there'll be dark streaks in it. Sometimes it'll be so dark you won't even see part of the orb. Now you see the light in this one. I was filming into the light. And you see all the little pink circles around the light. You don't see them real good, but light always puts a bunch of pink circles around it. I think people would probably call that camera lens flare or something. And these little orbs are such contortionists. They just move, and their bodies can look like almost anything. Well, this is something I wrote into this one. Your feelings have electromagnetic realities that rise outward, affecting the atmosphere itself. They group through attraction, building up areas of events and circumstances that finally coalesce, so to speak, either in matter as objects or as events in time. So when we're looking at light, we're looking at something that is energetic, intelligent, and has the ability to become events or objects. And this is taken from a book by a mystic of old. I forget which one. And see how it can do? It can just fold up like, you just fold, it wanted to fold up and rest or something. I don't know. But it can fold up. And that's two different ones. And sometimes I'll catch it looking like this. And there's the threesome thing where the two orbs on either end toss a orb between the two, according to how I move the camera. This shows a couple of them coming right from the light. They're kind of folded up. And here's a threesome thing. And see, this shows you the kind of teardrop shape it takes when it first comes out, before it becomes real round. When it becomes real round, they become so full of beautiful colors. And I'm going to make a video just with nothing but beautifully colored orbs. But this video is to show you how the light looks when it first comes out, how it moves about. Now, if I could hold my camera completely still and the piece of glass I'm getting the shiny spot off of completely still, I think there wouldn't be any movement. And like if I had it where it was showing this, it would just keep showing that constantly. But life is motion. And you get a glimpse of it with my still pictures where I've taken a picture. But while I'm taking that picture, I'm seeing these orbs change many colors, and I'm seeing them move about, things in them moving about. And there's one where it looks like it's going to enter into another one. See, they just fold. They can stretch like a ribbon. They look like a living creature, really. And there's one as it comes out of the light. You can see it's already folded up there. And they start getting color in them when they're doing that little tossing back and forth. And I think the color is indicating what is in the empty space there. That's just my guess. I have no idea what it really is. And maybe nobody does. I don't know. This has not been studied. It certainly hasn't been studied by the quantum physics people, who I'm always trying to get a hold of, but who always answer me something like, "You're just looking at bugs and dust." Well, I don't think so. And if they would only just bother themselves to look at what I'm getting, I don't think they would think it was bugs and dust. Here's one that partly is dark. I think the whole orb might be there, but part of it's covered by a dark light, because I'm discovering dark light comes from light. And here, look at that one right there is doing this. I hardly ever show all of these, just a video of nothing but these little things. And see, those two are already getting a lot of color in them, but they're not perfectly round yet. There's a saying that light doesn't travel. And I can imagine that'd be true. I think light doesn't travel. It reproduces itself. And that gives us the idea that light is traveling, because it's always reproducing itself. And we're part of the equation. Ourselves as observers of the light play a big part in this. And just exactly how we do that, that's what I would like to discover and know more about. It seems to be liquid-like in the way it flows from one orb into another. Look at that one. It looks like it's falling down a waterfall or something. It's falling over the edge like it's a tangible thing that it's touching. There were several shiny spots on what I filmed there. It was a Christmas ornament. And the more shiny spots, the more orbs you have in your picture. But usually I only film one shiny spot. See how it moves all these different ways. It has a luminous trail it leaves after itself, too, that lasts for a little while. I think that one looks like a pocketbook in a way, a little thing. And it also looks like it's moving in different directions as it moves. It's changing its direction. I do have videos where I show this movement, and I show you real easily how, when I'm moving the camera, I can make this light go one direction or another, according to the movement of the camera. So what we see is a whole lot to do with how we're looking. And maybe more than we even know, it has to do with that. So it can get real long and then round on the end and curve back on itself. I only got that shot once, one like that. I don't know what's happening there. Okay, now I'm ending this with a little bit of caustics, because people often, well, not real often anymore, but at first, when I first was showing the videos and pictures of light, they would say, oh, you're just getting caustics. Well, I've played with caustics. And the way you do that is you have a light above shining down on a piece of glass onto a white piece of paper or white anything. And as that light shines through that glass, it makes all those brilliant colors and everything. And yet, it doesn't look like an orb. I've seen too many orbs that come out of the light that I know this not to be that. And this is purely caustics. It can be very beautiful. I've taken several pictures of caustics. Here's another one. So it can look real lacy. And there's one, I had a round thing, kind of a little thing. I forget what it was, but it made that. And that ends it, what I was going to show you. And I will make another video showing the curved line balls next. This is the Dove Lady, over and out for now. Bye-bye. Bye, Eva.